So I had some people ask me in my comment section, and they asked me, how come Deontay Wilder is training hard for Dominic Breazeale, but he didn't do the same for Ortiz or Tyson Fury? And I went on to explain to him, you got to understand the criteria over there at PBC for them accepting a fight. They're either going to be a weight bully to you, they're either going to make you come up several weight classes, or try to fight inactive fighters, or basically people they have no business fighting in the first place, basically people that's not on their level. I said the only way they accept fights is if they have 2 or 3 advantages on their side, and I'm dead serious about that shit. So when it comes to Deontay Wilder claiming that the last few fights he had is the reason why boxing is exciting as it is today, and that those fights help light up the heavyweight division, and those fights are Luis Ortiz, Bermane Stiverne, and Tyson Fury. Just like I said, they only accept fights if they have advantages. Now, when you look at the fights that Deontay Wilder is claiming shape the heavyweight division, and that's Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury, and Bermane Stiverne. Let's first start with Bermane Stiverne, okay? Bermane Stiverne, when he fought Bermane Stiverne, the guy was inactive for about 2.5 years. That alone, I mean, who comes after having a layoff like that expecting to win against a fighter who's been currently active this entire time? So when he fought Bermane Stiverne, he was coming off of a loss and a 2.5 year layoff. Okay. That's why the interview was saying, why would we give Bermane Stiverne credit for that shit? You know, now moving on to the next guy, Luis Ortiz. You're talking about a guy who did not pass his medical, who had to beg to fight Deontay Wilder because the doctors did not deem him fittable to go into the fight. So truthfully, Luis Ortiz wasn't supposed to fight Deontay Wilder in the first place, and he still whooped his ass. Still whooped his ass. Okay? So Luis Ortiz was supposed to be this aged out fighter, and not only that, you know, they didn't give him enough incentive to put up with a hellacious beating with 500,000. You know, purses are very important when it comes to incentive to keep fighting in the fight. If you ain't paying them shit, they're like, why am I gonna put my body through this to walk away with 200,000? You know. Now, moving on next, you got Tyson Fury, another guy who was suffering from mental illness, depression, drugs, and he's been on the couch for 2 fucking years. Okay? If you paid attention, everybody that he highlights on his resume as being credible opponents, every one of those he has fought at a disadvantage or some kind of disadvantage. I just broke it down to you. Dominic Breazeale marks one of the first times he's fighting somebody who doesn't have any clear advantage. There isn't no weight issues. There isn't no long breaks. There isn't no coming off 3 and 4 losses and all that other shit. There is none of that. So this is the first time he's fighting somebody on an even keel since fighters like Duopas or something like that. And if you notice, whenever Deontay Wilder fights people without having all these PBC advantages, he goes life or death with these guys. He went life or death with Duopas. You know what I'm saying? He went life and death with fucking Spilka. Anytime his opponents is put on the same level that he's on, he goes life and death with these guys. Okay? So being that you don't have a guy that's suffering from old age and taking heart medication, and then you don't have a guy who's been active 2.5 years, and then you're not fighting another guy who's also been inactive with mental problems and drug problems, you would get back to the basics too. So when it comes to Deontay Wilder, talk about he's getting back to the basics and he's got away with so much. How come you wouldn't take a Tyson Fury or Luis Ortiz, the most dangerous guy in the heavyweight division, so to you to speak, but you're training your ass off for a Dominic Breazeale, that's because there's no present and current advantages that Deontay Wilder has. So now, just like I said before in previous videos, now this became work. Now he actually has to work. And this is why he's actually starting to do the shit he should have done from Jump Street. Anyways, that's my thoughts on it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Bruce Vane, I'm out.